The third section of the toolbox that follows guidance is consequences. Why does consequences have the fewest tools? Because if we took action to prevent misbehavior and then use guidance to teach what we expect, then using consequences would be less likely. But even the greatest kids are going to test their parents at some point. Do we mean what we say? Is the principle we are teaching really important? When children know what to do and deliberately disobey a reasonable rule, we can enforce a cost that will discourage future misbehavior. An effective consequence does more than show children who's boss. Like guidance, it must teach and reduce misbehavior. But this time, learning occurs through the cost of something unpleasant. For consequences to work, we have to achieve 5 successive outcomes. The first outcome is displeasure, what I would call the "oh no" step. Let's say Marcus discovers that his 8-year-old son Ben has shoplifted a toy. Ben admits to taking the toy without paying. Marcus tells him that together they will return the toy to the store, and Ben has to apologize. Then he has to buy the toy with his allowance. Ben is unhappy about returning to the store, apologizing, and then paying for the item with his meager allowance. Creating an unpleasant emotion is necessary but tricky. If it's not enough, then it has no incentive value and it will not teach. Sending Ben to his room for the theft, where he can play on the computer or watch his own little TV, would have no effect. If the emotion is too strong, the anger, sadness, or fear can distract the child from taking responsibility because they are feeling, not thinking. The second outcome is taking responsibility. The "I did it" step. Children have to differentiate between the source of their predicament, that is, the consequences of the parent, and its real cause, their choice. Marcus talks with Ben about the choice he made. He expects Ben to take responsibility for that choice. The third outcome is regret, the "I should not have done it" step. The consequence triggers Ben's conscience. He feels shame for what he did and embarrassment in returning to the store. But his father is with him, standing behind him, supporting his restitution. The fourth outcome is resolution, the "I won't do it again" step. At this point, children use emotions like shame and embarrassment to form a resolution to not repeat the misbehavior. They never want to have to go through the consequence again. The fifth outcome is restraint, the "I didn't do it" step. Now children use the resolution in the previous step to mobilize their self-control. They do the right thing, even if peers encourage them to do something wrong. For each outcome, mind and heart work together to shape learning. In some cases, these outcomes occur rapidly in sequence. In other cases, like that of Ben, they occur over time. Consequences are loving, not vindictive. They challenge us to rise to the circumstance. We use our strength to introduce something unpleasant to teach our children. When we do, we have to look past their distress, because using consequences wisely ultimately gains their admiration and wins their respect.